Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending the Bureau of Prisons Thomson Virtual Job Fair event. I would like to introduce you to Alex. Alex will tell you about his organizations, current job openings that they do have available, and how to go about applying for those openings. Alex, feel free to take it away.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today? If you wouldn't mind switching over to my video for me, please, so everyone can see me. I'm Officer Chadwick from USP Thomson. I am actually one of our recruiters. I'd like to talk to you today about possibly coming and starting your career. Giving it a good start would be you can retire early with us. You can also start it between the ages of 18 and 37. With that being said, you have to have 3 years work experience with supervisory experience inside that. Your experience depends on what you start at. You can also start with us with minimal work experience with a bachelor's degree. You can start as one of our 5 officers all the way to a 7. Right now, if you start as a 5, you get our accelerated promotion program. With that being said, within 6 months, you're a 6. Within another 6 months, you're a 7. Within a year from being a 7, you're an 8. If you get hired on as a 7, it's still 1 year later, you become an 8. It's a huge pay increase. 5-1 starts with us at $44,545. A 7 starts at $50,704. An 8 is a $54,502. With that also being said, we have a 25% recruitment bonus. That means when you start with us and you sign the contract, your first paycheck will have a 25% of your starting salary in it. After that, you switch over to our recruitment bonus. With the recruitment bonus, you receive 25% more throughout the year on your paycheck. Our pay has not gone down. Our pay is going up. It has continued going up. We should be switching to a different locality here soon, which will also increase our pay. The pay for USP Thomson is different from other locations. We also have different incentives. With that also being said, there are very different incentives even for veterans. Veterans who start with us that still have their GI Bill can get OJT, on-the-job training, which is extra money throughout the month. On top of that, they also get to buy back their active duty time. With that also being said, depending on how much time in service they have, they can also start off at a higher annual leave rate, which is 6 hours per pay period, 12 hours per month. And they also get the 4 hours of sick leave per pay period, 8 hours per month. And that's for everyone throughout their entire career. It never goes up. With someone else starting without being a veteran, you still receive 4 hours of annual leave, 4 hours sick leave. We have various different programs to help you with your education. We have various different programs to help you build your career with us. Once you start with the Federal Bureau of Prisons, your career opportunities are limitless. You set what you want to do. We are a family. We try to do our best. We work together, and we do many different things throughout the career that you can choose from: TOAs, collateral duties. You're not going to come in there and just have a day-to-day job. You're going to come in there and have a job that you love and a career that you can do. And that's all I have for the start of my spiel. If you want to go ahead and switch over there.
The desire to change lives. It's one thing everyone at the Federal Bureau of Prisons has in common. As a correctional officer, nurse, teacher, pharmacist, chaplain, or administrator, we not only protect lives, we help improve them too. We are a skilled team, trained to have each other's backs. A tight community committed to our mission, our inmates, and our safety. Here, we heal wounds and hearts. We build skills, confidence, and spirits. We help our inmates to become better at work, in life, as people. We unlock what's possible. so our inmates are set up for success when they return to the outside world. All while we get opportunities for career growth and early retirement. It's often just one shift, one person at a time, but collectively, we make society safer. That's why we work here, to change lives out there. Join us at the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Work on the inside.
Fantastic. Well, Alex, I do believe I have your flyers up. If you want to go ahead and walk through those for the folks that are tuning in, feel free to go ahead.
Yes, with this is one of our flyers that show our pay. It shows the recruitment bonus. It also shows that you get a pay jump. It shows what you get for leave. It says 5 weeks of paid training. That is the only thing that is different, that has changed on here, is we get 1 week down in Georgia now at FLETC, not 3. We do the rest of the training on site. We also do you do get performance bonuses. You do get time off awards. You get, if you were a veteran or a, let's say you're in the National Guard, Reserve, Air Guard, anything, and you have drill, we have special paid leave for you. So you get to get paid from us while you're at drill, so you don't lessen your paycheck, so you don't lose money. We have great insurance. If you work a Sunday with us, you get Sunday diff. If you work on evening from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., you get shift diff. You get a $700 clothing allowance per year. We also have a very special leave that most people do not have. If you plan to adopt or have a child, we have a 3-month off maternity leave, or adoption of a child, of course, leave. Same thing applies. You have to be with us for 1 year to receive the maternity leave. If your child, and you have to use the leave within 1 year of the child's birth. So before your baby turns 1 or the 1 year of adoption, you have to use that. If you want, you can use it all at once, or you can split it up and use it throughout the year. We do have 122 locations throughout the country. If you choose to come work with us and you decide, I would like to live in Florida in 2 years or a year, I would like to live in Arizona, Texas, California, Hawaii, any place we have a location, all you do is put in for the job at that location that is open, and you just transfer there. If it could be a paid move. And then at that point, we pack you up and we move you there ourselves. If you read our retirement, it says retire at age 50 with 20 or more years at service. At any age with 25 years of service. That means if you are 18 and you have the work experience to come work for us, you are going to retire at 43, and you get to take your healthcare benefits with you. Let's see. I think that pretty much covers that for this flyer. And I already told you about the pay, and it's just going up. It's not going down. Right here, you would see that we actually have our HR department's phone number, fax number, and email. With this email, it actually will be the email that you will send your resume to once you have completed it. For those that need help with their resume and would like to discuss on how to actually get their resume submitted to us, and if their resume needs any work, they can actually speak to me on the next Zoom call that is following this as well. And I will be there today until 4:45. On top of all of that, if you do create a resume, I highly suggest that you create it through USA Jobs. If you have one, transfer your information over there. It will help you start the process and show how we would like our resumes formatted. A resume for a federal job, especially for us, we do not want small, little, quick to the point bullet points. We like long paragraphs. We want you to go into detail. I want you to tell me what you did and your life story at that job for every job you had. I want you to go into every little thing that they ever taught you. I want you to go into every little detail, every little training you did, every time you trained someone else. If you ever handled any inventory or had to sign any documents, if you had to file any reports, if you had to run a register, like how did you have to run that register? I want you to tell me your life story inside these resumes for each job. On USA Jobs, it has a max characters. If you can max out those characters with the description of your work history, that's great, but you don't have to. Just go into enough detail about it. If you have only one page on your resume, you probably should increase it by at least 1 to 2 pages and get more for us. We want as much information on you as you can give us. And that's what I got for this one.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that, Alex. And at this time, I think we have reached about the halfway point. So I do want to give ample opportunity and time for questions. Again, just want to go ahead and make sure that the folks tuning in know if you have any questions for Alex today about any information that was covered, feel free to throw that into the chat. And of course, we'll get those questions answered for you as quickly as possible. Alex, in the meantime, there are a few questions that I'd like to go ahead and ask you if that's okay.
Go for it.
Fantastic. So Alex, I know obviously federal job is probably going to be a little bit more comprehensive as far as hiring process is concerned, but can you give folks maybe an idea of how long that process might take?
For our hiring process, that depends. Right now, we have direct hire for our correctional officers. With that being said, it's a little bit faster of a process, and it does depend on a person. It can take anywhere from a month to 2 months. With that, the person who is applying needs to be just as responsive. Our HR tries to get a hold of them if they, or even if they're getting help with their resume. When they get it, the sooner they can get it back, the sooner we can get it back to them and say, hey, this is what we need from you to get the process moving even faster.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yep. And that with our other positions where you do have to apply on USA Jobs that are not our direct hire positions, the ones that go out to the streets that are for everything from chaplains to property and procurement specialists to warehouse. We have various positions and nurses. With nurses, I forgot to cover that you can actually be pretty much any age we can do an age waiver for, and veterans can go up to 47 instead of 37 like our normal age hire. Same with former law enforcement, we can go up to 47, not 37.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Alex. And the next question that I do have for you is a pretty straightforward one, but again, is there any sort of minimum education requirements that folks would need to possess to be able to apply for the job?
Yes, they do have to have a GED or high school diploma.
Okay, thank you for that. And
if
then,
they have more,
go ahead, Alex.
I said, yeah, if they had more, that's great. The more education, the better.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Thank you for that. And Alex, another question that I have for you is, can you elaborate a little bit more maybe on your shift structure or how that works?
For most of our office staff, it is Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, holidays off. We do have other staff that work throughout the prison that are non-custody that have different shifts. They might work 10s, which is 4 10s. And they do still work some holidays, some don't. But as for the officers, we have various different shifts from AM to PM to day watch to morning watch to evening watch. That will be covered more once they start for our times and shifts.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. And Alex, I know you covered during your presentation a little bit on the resume, obviously. But is there anything else that you would suggest a candidate do to stand out and maybe get an interview or even get hired, assuming they're qualified for the position? Is there anything they should include maybe in a screening, maybe additional points to highlight on a resume, anything that might give them a competitive edge?
Yep. If they've ever done anything security wise, that doesn't mean they were a security guard. Some people do security things all the time and they don't even realize it. That could mean that, hey, you were in charge of locking up, ensure all the doors were secure when you left the for the day, or you were in charge of making sure that your drawer was secure with all the money in it. Also, accountability, making sure that you have done accounted for all your items, accounted for all your tools in your box, or accounted for that all the inventory was there, doing inventory things. Also making sure that anytime you've had to document or write something down, cover that. Anytime you've had to train someone, training someone, if you did it once, twice, 3 times, great. Go into detail on how you trained them. Like, what did you have to do? How did you provide the supervisory experience? That is supervisory experience. You supervise someone, you train them, you taught them how to do their job. Cover that, go into that. Talk to these people and show them, hey, this is what we do, this is how it goes. And if you go through this way, you're good to go. And then you keep going into the detail of that. Talk to us about yourself. Tell us what you did at your job. If you got certain certifications, did they teach you about confined space? Did they teach you about different things on anything, basically? Whatever you learned in your job, put it in your resume. Even if you think it's silly, if you learned it and you were taught it, put it in there. That makes you stand out. If you just put, I have great work experience, I'm very professional, I've done this, I excel at Excel. Explain to me, why do you excel at Excel? Well, like, I have done that, I've created tables, I've created documentation and shown graphs. Tell me, like, why are you good at this? What makes you so professional? I come in every day, clean cut, clean shaved. I go in there, I make sure my clothes are nice and clean. Go in and tell us about you. If you're going to put in there an about me thing like that, don't just put what you are. Tell us why.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, Alex. And Alex, another question that I do have for you kind of touches upon something that you did again in your presentation, but maybe a little bit more elaboration will give folks an idea as to, how big this opportunity could be for them. The question that I have for you is, what are the opportunities for advancement, and are there any successful, stories of folks that you might have worked with, or people that, maybe have worked for you or you've worked for, that have gone on to do, great things, or maybe have gone on to work in other federal departments, things of that nature?
Well, let's just start with me. I started at Thomson as a 5 when I did start. Since the time there, I've put in the effort, and I've talked to, and I've done the stuff required to get promotions. With that being said, I now have promoted and gotten into a job that I love, which is called the sports specialist with us. And in that job, you are going in and you are teaching inmates about different types of sports, different types of ways to work out. You're covering various different things that can improve their lives. That is something different than a day-to-day job that you wouldn't think of in corrections. Inside our facility is its own city. We have our own medical department. We have our own laundry, commissary, business, everything you could think of in a city, we have. When you come to us, you have so many chances to move up that you make that decision yourself. You go and decide, hey, I really want that. And they literally tell you what you need to do when that position opens up so you can get it. You can go and work for us, spend your time with us, let us train you. If you're really thinking, hey, I want to go, and 5 years from now, I want to go to Border Patrol. 5 years from now, I want to go to the Marshals. 5 years from now, I want to go to the FBI, but I want to finish my education and do all this other stuff and get some experience. So come work for us. Start your federal law enforcement now with us and take advantage of our education programs and our college benefits. Start doing all that now, is that way so you get the work experience with the college, and you can and it's easier to transfer over and use us as a stepping stone in that manner to get to these other agencies as well, because you can improve yourself, and hopefully we get to keep you and you stay with us.
Great information, Alex. And Alex, you actually touched on another question that I was going to ask you too. And that is maybe some of the educational benefits that the folks would be privy to if they did have a job there, obviously at USP Thomson. Can you let them know kind of what is available on that front?
It all depends on what career aspect they want to go on. And right now, actually, we are revamping it. And I don't have a direct answer on what the benefits are going to, they always improve or stay the same. They never go down. So much as I would love to say, hey, yes, go and do our, get your bachelor's degree and everything with us. And most of them are online colleges, so you don't have to worry about missing work, and you can do it through your computer at home.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Alex. And Alex, we are nearing the end of the at least initial webinar for obviously this session here today. So what I want to go ahead and do is turn things back over to you to give kind of a closing statement, to give folks maybe a takeaway of today's session, maybe something that you want them to take away, not just from today's session, but working for the U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons in particular, anything like that you'd like folks to know before we close out the session. Feel free to mention it now.
All right. With that being said, we have direct hire right now for officers. You get in the door with us as an officer, you can go over to any of those positions that I discussed as long as you qualify for them. I would love to get you guys in there. I will help you get you in there. If you come to the next Zoom thing, I will help you and discuss your resume with you. I will help you discuss certain things. I will continually be there today for anyone who wants to drop into the Zoom call. You have a break, lunch break for your work. You have anything and you just want to ask some questions, please get a hold of, drop in the Zoom call, and I'll be there. I'm not going anywhere today. I will be here to talk to you. I will be there to help you get your resume in. I will answer your questions, and I hope we can get many of you in and get you started in the process here very soon. Thank you. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind
so much
showing that other link from the chat so people can see it to the next Zoom.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Alex just stated, there will be a follow-up Zoom meeting, if you will, that'll be open after the virtual job fair ends here at 10:30 or so. Again, as he stated, it will be open to anyone. Again, it will be open until 4:45 p.m. Feel free to join using the information that is in the chat. As you will see there, Alex graciously and kindly provided that information for you to be able to join. So please feel free to hop in that meeting if you do have any questions for Alex. If you'd like to just, again, just even kind of, gauge your interest in a career for the Bureau of Prisons, feel free to hop in there. It sounds like Alex is eager to answer any questions that you do have. Alex, thank you so much for joining us here today. Again, a couple things that I want to mention here for the folks tuning in. We have recorded the session here today, so just be aware. We will be uploading the session on the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel within 48 hours of the conclusion of this event. So you will have all the information that Alex covered here today, all the answers to the questions that were asked, all that good stuff that was covered here today. You will have access to be able to reference before you send in those applications. Alex, again, I want to thank you for carving out time out of your busy schedule to meet with us today. It was wonderful getting to obviously meet you and also listen to your presentation. Thank you so much, sir. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You as well.